Hey everyone, it's Caito, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can make a farm work on your island with any theme. So if you're interested in content like this and you want to see more in the future, I'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time that I post, but let's get right into it. So I wanted to try something a little bit different today, and I'm actually over on Happy Home Paradise for this build, but you can obviously take any of this and put it on your own island. This was just the easiest way for me to do it without having to collect all of these items on my own island. But with the new crops and with a lot of the new items, I feel like farms are even more popular than they were before. And I wanted to show how if you just have a basic outline of a farm, just changing out a few items can totally change the look of the area, and you can really incorporate it in with any theme that you're doing on your island. So first things first, I just wanted to make a regular kind of farmcore style farm. Pretty basic here, nothing too fancy, and I decided to go with pops of red for this first variation of the farm. And changing up the colors, you can see in the next versions of the farm how much just changing the colors can totally change the vibe of the whole area. But I decided to have two separate farms. One of them has potatoes and pumpkins, and the other one has tomatoes. Even just changing up the crops can also change the look of the area, so that's something else to play around with. So I'm just kind of picking and choosing some random items here. I knew I wanted to use the windmill, and I knew I wanted to use the storefront. Also, bear with me because I'm still getting used to the controls for working Happy Home Paradise. This is actually one of my first exterior builds, and for some reason, it's just totally confusing for me to use it. But I know that's all just user error, and then it will become more comfortable as I use it more often, but this is my first time, so there's a lot of misclicking and getting rid of things that I didn't mean to. So I'm gonna let y'all watch me building this first farm core or cottage core style of farm, and then we will go from there for changing it into different themes. Okay, so here we are with the final product. I did change the exterior of the house. We've got our two farms here with a bunch of dark wood tones. I like the use of the Harv's fencing here. I also decided not to use any custom patterns in this build. So this is all just in-game pathing and items. I think layering with custom patterns can definitely add some more depth as well. And you can take it all a step further by adding those custom designs. But for this build, I wanted to keep it pretty simple. The first theme that I wanted to change it to was actually kidcore. And I knew I wanted to go with a bunch of bright pink for this area. I really wanted to try out the simple wood fencing in the pink color. I've been so excited to use that fencing and I haven't had an area to use it in. So I knew I wanted to use that. I ended up changing out the tomatoes for wheat instead because I felt like the red was just contrasting a little bit too much. And then I started changing out some of the items as well, adding more pinks, adding some pops of green. So you're gonna see me changing up those items. I'll let y'all watch me build a little bit and then I will come back and talk some more about what I'm doing. So I felt like in this particular version, changing up the house really changed the whole look. Initially, I had intended to keep the brick well, but I ended up getting rid of it again because the red was just contrasting too much, and I decided it would be fun to incorporate this pear wardrobe and just some other random items. I have the bunny plushie, the froggy chair. I feel like with kidcore, incorporating fun items like this just makes it look so much more interesting. But you can already see how just changing out a few things, I still have the basic farm there, the same exact layout, almost the same items, just a couple differences, and it looks like an entirely new area. So now let's change it up. I'm gonna make this one a little bit fairycore. It's kind of more blue, whimsical, but we're gonna change it up again. I will let you watch me building for a little bit and I will come back and talk some more. So as I was building this one, it does kind of lean a little bit almost elegant core at the same time. I could kind of see it going both ways. If I had more room to work with, I felt like that would have helped me make this go one way or the other. I feel like adding a bunch of statues, you could make it go more elegant core. Or if you wanted to add more of the new vine items, I think that could go way more fairycore. You could add more star fragments, things like that. But I do love the way this one turned out. And again, it looks so much different than the previous 2 farms just by changing a few things. And here we are. The last one that I wanted to do was kind of a citycore farm. I was really excited to use this fencing as well. I feel like the fencing really goes a long way in changing the overall look and feel of the farm areas. So play around with your fencing. I'm changing the house, of course. And then with this one, I knew I wanted to incorporate a bunch of darker items. Anything that was metal looking, that's what I was going for with this one. So I'm gonna let you watch me finishing up this last build, and then we will come back at the end and talk about all of them. So here you have it. This is kind of my more city version of a farm. Obviously, you could totally change up the pathing. I think there are more ways to incorporate this if it was on your actual island, but this is what I came up with. I would love to know which one is your favorite. I think my favorite might actually be the kidcore one, but looking at all of them together, you can definitely see how easy it is to just change a few things, and it immediately changes the entire theme. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Are there any more themes that you want me to try or different styles of builds? If you enjoyed it, I appreciate if you'd like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!